Welcome back to the Blue, Albertson Stadium, home of your Boise State Broncos, the bastion of Bronco Nation, a field of dreams where greatness has become a tradition. Whether you're new to Idaho and this is your first game, or your family has had season tickets for 3 generations, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here.
He's been a starter. They're 5-1. He, to me, is just kind of a freshman that plays like an experienced veteran. He moves the ball. He's extremely skilled. He doesn't play outside of himself. And being from the Spokane area, I know him well. I've seen him play for a number of years. He does all the things that account to winning at the end of the day.
Dan Dickow, our guest here, obviously former Gonzaga player. What do you think of Spokane and Boise? I know they got a couple connections here with Tyson Degenhardt and Najee Smith and Max growing up here. A couple connections with the coaching staff with Burns and obviously Leon. What you think Boise State fans are going to show out tonight?
I think so. Washington State played South Dakota here in the Spokane Arena a little over a week ago. There was a good, not a great crowd. They're expecting a lot more people here today. I think it's going to be 4, maybe 5,000 fans is what I've heard. And I think a lot of it has to do with, it's Christmas break, so more Cougar fans can make it. But also the things that you mentioned, there is a definite Boise State Spokane tie that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in.
Tell our viewers here, Leon Rice, obviously 12th year, had a lot of great success, regular season, but I think some fans are a little hungry for a little more postseason success, a little more success in the Mountain West tournament, maybe getting to the big dance a little more. As someone that knows Leon well, knows his program, what would you say to maybe some of the naysayers or folks that are hoping to see a little more? I mean, is this the team that can do it? Or tell our listeners just about why they should be happy they have Mr. Rice.
Well, first off, Leon is a great guy, and he's a great basketball coach. I don't think, I think a lot of people see the success Gonzaga has had, and they see the ties of Leon Rice to Gonzaga and think, why can't they replicate that? Well, if that's the comment, why can't every other program in America that is not Duke or a Kansas or one of those replicate what Gonzaga has done? I think it's 8 seasons of the 11 Leon's been in Boise. There have been 20-win seasons. Maybe there's a couple where they were hoping to get a deep NCAA tournament run. What you also have to understand is to get to the NCAA tournament is one thing. To make a deep run, you've got to have a talented roster, which I think his team this year definitely has that. But you also have to have some luck on your side as far as injuries, as far as seeding in the tournament, and playing your best basketball at the right time of year. Last year, I thought they were talented. They just happened to stumble down the stretch.
Tell us about Tyson Degenhardt, because you're doing a camp with him, I think, tomorrow, and he's a local kid. And ever since he's moved into the starting lineup for Boise State, it's coincided with the team going on this run here. Obviously, you guys love him here and know a lot about him. What's impressed you, and are you surprised at all that he's stepped in and done what he's done so far?
Well, I'm not overly surprised in the fact that he's getting big minutes. Did I think he was going to be a starter at this point of his career? That's hard to say. I felt he would be an impact player or at least a rotational player early in his career. But with the things that he does, it doesn't surprise me that he's in the starting lineup now. He's averaging 15 a game in the 6 games he started because he's so skilled. He can shoot it. He's a quick decision maker. He's a team guy. He does all the little things that amount to winning. And then, being from Mount Spokane, which is where my kids go to school and will go to school, I've gotten to know him and his family a little bit. And with the new NIL rules, I felt it would be a nice, fun way to help him run his first clinic over break. So you're right. We're going to have an hour-and-a-half clinic tomorrow at Shoot 360, my new facility here in town.
It's sold out, right?
It's sold out. 45 kids is all we can handle.
Wow.
Maybe if we do it again next year, we got to do 2 sessions because the response has been tremendous.
Final thing, I know you got to get back. You'll be hearing him on the call here on Pac-12 Network. How do you see this game in terms of the keys and just this game? What would be your analysis of the matchup going here in about 30 minutes?
Well, both teams are terrific on the defensive end of the floor. I think they do it in different ways. I think with Boise, they do it by running you off the three-point line. And I think Washington State does it defensively by making you score over the top because they got such great size on the interior. I think if Washington State can create some easy buckets in transition as well as find some looks at the three-point line, namely Michael Flowers, TJ Bamba, and DJ Rodman, who've been playing well, they're going to give Boise State some troubles. And on the flip side, for Boise State, I think the playmaking ability of Acott and his size and Kejab with his size could give Washington State some issues.
Well, it should be a great game. I appreciate you stopping by, and folks will be watching Pac-12 Network top of the hour, and best of luck, and thanks again for joining us.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Dan. There he is, Dan Dickow. You'll hear him on the call over top of the hour on Pac-12 Network, and it should be a lot of fun here. The crowd is starting to file in, and it's going to be there's a pretty good amount of Boise State fans here so far. So thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. He's doing the camp tomorrow. Washington State just finishing up their warm-ups, and then Boise State will be coming back out here in a couple minutes, and we will get you those warm-ups. BJ Rains here, along with Colin Mitchell, Bronco Nation News. We are on location, on scene here at Spokane Arena, the Lithia Florida Boise, BroncoNationNews.com pregame show. I guess for the first minute of that interview, I was muted, so something always has to go wrong, so I apologize. We did get it at the very beginning, right after the first question, I think, but it would not be a BJ Rains run production if something didn't go wrong. So apologize for being on mute for some reason to start that if you missed the first question. But that was Dan Dickow, former Gonzaga player, obviously knows Leon Rice very well, and will be on the call again, Pac-12 Network, at the top of the hour for this game. Get your comments in, get your questions in. We always like to do this pregame. Where are you watching from? Where are you at tonight? Where are you watching from? Where are you going to be listening from? We got Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson sitting right in front of us. You can watch, you can listen to their broadcast on KBOI 670 AM in Boise. You can also hear it on the website, broncosports.com has the live link streaming there too. So about 33 minutes until tip. Boise State's back in the locker room right now. We'll get you set with their warm-ups when they take the floor. But very interesting game tonight. Washington State, Boise State. The Broncos have won 5 games in a row, as you heard. And, I'm a big Ken Pom guy. I like looking at the Ken Pom numbers. This is a very intriguing basketball game from the rankings and the computer rankings perspective. This is a big chance for Boise State to really, make a statement. I don't want to say they're, back on the front of the bubble for the NCAA tournament, but if they're able to win this game, they'll certainly be putting themselves back in position to at least have a chance to start working their way back into the conversation for the NCAA tournament come the end of the year. So it's a nice crowd. We'll get you the crowd as they're filing in here shortly. Colin Mitchell's manning our second camera. He's just getting up and going here shortly, but really looking forward to this one. Made the drive up this morning from from Boise here to Spokane. We got Zachary Ball chiming in. He's in Raleigh is in Central Florida tonight. So Zach's usually in Raleigh. He's in Central Florida tonight. Let us know where you're watching the game from. Give us your score predictions. How you feeling about Boise State and Washington State? I want to make sure I have the right mic going here, and I'm going to turn the other mic off. We don't need mic 2 right now. I'm going to turn that off. Appreciate everybody for chiming in here. We're going to go ahead and show you some warm-ups. Washington State on the floor warming up right now. There's a look at Spokane Arena. They got the top level curtained off, so the curtains are out on the top level, which is going to make it more of a smaller atmosphere tonight, which I think will be better. It'll make for a better atmosphere here now that the curtains on the top level are out. The minor league hockey team plays here, I believe. They've still got the boards out behind me as well. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Boise State, Washington State. And again, just looking forward to this. 5 wins in a row. Boise State certainly needs to try to get a 6th win in a row, but really that marquee NCAA tournament win. If you're able to get that win, this would be the best win of the year by far, and it would certainly be that first signature kind of resume building win that Boise State would have if they could get it. So Cameron Pickett watching from Beaverton, Oregon. Appreciate it, Cameron. Facebook and YouTube, by the way, are the best ways to get your comments in. Facebook and YouTube are the best ways to get your comments in as Boise State gets set to face Washington State here at Spokane Arena. We had a chance, Boise State, I talked to a couple of their players. This is a homecoming. This is 3. We'll get to your question here in a second, Cameron. He asked for my keys to the game. But we first want to talk about the local angle to this game. Boise State has 3 players from the Spokane area. You've got Tyson Degenhart, Mount Spokane High School, born and raised here. Najee Smith, born and raised here. And, here comes Boise State. The Broncos getting ready to take the floor. And we'll see if Colin Mitchell, our associate reporter here, will get some video of them as Boise State takes the floor here at Spokane Arena as the Broncos get set for the matchup with Washington State. Looks like one Washington State player not wanting to leave the floor. Boise State is on the court warming up, and yet that player, Acott jumping up to block the shot. We'll see what happens there. The player was going up for the shot right there, and Emmanuel Acott jumped up and blocked the shot as he was on the floor, not letting Boise State warm up. So we will see if that amounts to anything moving forward in terms of the pregame scene here. But Boise State again on the court now, warming up. A little action pregame to fire everybody up here. So we'll see what happens there. Again, thanks to Colin Mitchell, our associate reporter intern, made the drive with me this morning here to Spokane, and he is manning the camera there so you can get some live updates as Boise State warms up on the court. Again, you've got some unique connections here. 3 local players. We mentioned Tyson Degenhart, Najee Smith, Lewis and Clark High School here in Spokane. And you also have Max Rice, who, grew up here basically from when he was born till when he was 11. And then, as well as dad, Leon Rice, was obviously the head coach or the assistant coach at Gonzaga for 11 years, becoming the head coach at Boise State. Mike Burns, one of the assistant coaches, coached at Spokane Community College, 4 years at Eastern Washington nearby as well. So a lot of connections on this Boise State team, and certainly kind of a homecoming game for a lot of them, and a really cool side story to this. Boise State, did not schedule this game because of that, according to Leon. He said, hey, we're not scheduling this game just because we can, bring guys home. He said it's a chance on a neutral floor to get a quality win. And you look at the NCAA tournament and some of the projections, the KenPom numbers, things like that, as I was talking about. This is a chance for a big-time win for Boise State in terms of the KenPom numbers. You got a top 50 team in Washington State. They're top 50 in both the net and the KenPom. So this is certainly an opportunity for Boise State to get its marquee win of the season and try to get back in the race for the NCAA tournament bid later on in conference play. The Broncos will break after this, take a couple days off. Players will fly home right from here for a Christmas break and then come back after Christmas. So if you're able to get this win and get 6 wins in a row heading into Christmas break, certainly would be a big one for Boise State. So it's Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. Thank you to Idaho Central Credit Union. They helped get us on the road here. Idaho Central Credit Union, the sponsor of our road trip coverage, ICCU.com. They can do business banking, personal banking, mortgages, all kinds of things, loans. So Idaho Central Credit Union, saw them out there at the Potato Bowl yesterday, and they do a great job supporting sports and local teams in our area. So we appreciate Idaho Central Credit Union for helping jump on board as our travel sponsor here, and hope that you'll consider ICCU. My family's making the switch to ICCU next week, so looking forward to that. And Lithia Ford of Boise as well. You can go there on Fairview and check out their showroom and all the great cars and trucks they have there. Lithia Ford, Lithia Lincoln of Boise, and appreciate their support. Boise State on the court warming up. As I said, 3 players from Boise State, a couple coaches. It certainly is a local flavor, a local connection. We had a chance to catch up with some of the local players yesterday. Max Rice, Tyson Degenhart, Najee Smith, talking about what it means to be playing back
Absolutely.
home.
I'm super happy that I get to do this before my career is over. So hopefully we can get the win.
Oh, it's going to be a surreal experience. Just especially none of them were able to watch me last year due to COVID and a lot of things and distance. And then, not very many have been able to see me this year. So it's just really exciting for me to just be able to finally have family see me in person, see how much I've grown and just matured as a basketball player.
It would definitely be surreal for me. I mean, seeing all these people that have supported me throughout, high school and now college, it's going to be really special to me.
I think we're going to play really well. Just stay aggressive. Don't think too much about it, and just come out confident. And I think everything will go well if we come out like that. Not overthink it, because I know Tyson's going to have a ton of people there from his high school and a bunch of his family members, and Najee is going to have a bunch of his friends, and then I got a bunch of friends too. So I think we're going to have a pretty good crowd. So just stay aggressive, stay confident, and that's the plan.
It's definitely harder to treat it like a normal game, knowing where I'm at and knowing the people that will be there. But I just have to be mentally tough and lock in and know that it's just another game. It's another game to try to go get a win.
You're still part of the family down here, and they're always just so nice to us. So just brings back a lot of memories of where it all began and how it all started. But we really do love it here. Spokane's a great city. And just a lot of great people here. So.
I believe we're all excited to play Pac-12 school. WSU, definitely a respectable school. I believe it's going to be a good game. I could tell in the guys we're all fired up and really excited for this chance to show what we can do.
They're definitely a good team. They definitely get hot from three, so it's definitely going to be a challenge for us defensively to get them off the three-point line and then block them out. But it's definitely a challenge that we're up to, and I think if we follow the game plan, we're going to get the job done.
Obviously, it's a really big game for us. We're on a little bit of a winning streak. I think 5 in a row. We can get this one, then have a couple of days off for the holiday and keep going right into conference, keep this winning streak going. That's the plan.
Well, there you go. Special thanks to Najee Smith, Max Rice, Tyson Degenhart for joining us as we get you set for Boise State and Washington State here at Spokane Arena. Boise State, as you see on the court, warming up. We'll get you a full screen from them as Boise State in the orange uniforms tonight. Orange uniforms for Boise State. They kind of wear those for the bigger games, and certainly this would be one of those as Boise State looking for that marquee win for its schedule as they get set for conference play. They'll start against Fresno State on the 28th, and certainly Boise State could use a win like this to go into the Christmas break. We got a couple questions, comments. Get them in. Let us know where you're watching from. This is Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com. Hopefully you are a subscriber. You'll consider subscribing. Just $7 a month, or you can pay up front for the year as well. And we appreciate folks that are subscribers. Cameron asking for our keys to the game for Boise State tonight, offense and defense. Well, defense is obviously going to be key in this one. Washington State, when they get hot from three-point range, it certainly can be a struggle. They're a very good three-point shooting team when they get going in their wins. And so Boise State, one of the best in the country at limiting the three-point shot for opponents. I think top 5 in the country. So Boise State's going to have to use that length on the perimeter with Kejab and Acott and Degenhart, and not let teams, not let Washington State, as they haven't for other teams, get out there and shoot the three ball. So if they can limit the three-point shot, and then rebounding is going to be huge for Boise State as well. Boise State has been a pretty good rebounding team so far this season, particularly not allowing offensive rebounds, playing well on the defensive glass. And I think that's going to be a huge key for Boise State in this game to try to control the glass, not give up second chance points, and not turn the ball over either. I mean, you got a lot of guys, Tyson Degenhart, and as you mentioned, Max Rice, Najee Smith. You don't want them to do too much in a game like this. Don't get nervous. All your family and friends, your whole high school is going to be here. A lot of Boise State blue and orange in the crowd. How about this? Tim Rippon in the house. I saw Tim Rippon, Brett Rippon's dad. He is here in Spokane for this one as well. And so it's going to be fun. A lot of blue and orange sitting behind me here. I'm sitting pretty close to the Boise State bench. Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson are sitting right in front of me. You can hear their call, 670 KBOI. You can also listen at broncosports.com in the app. 670 KBOI is where the radio call is going to be. The TV call is on the Pac-12 network, which I know a lot of folks don't get. You got to have Dish Network, I believe, or I think Fubo TV or whatever it's called has a 7-day trial you can get as well. It's going to be actually a fun atmosphere here. There's a pretty good crowd coming in. I think roughly 4,000 people, they said, are going to be here for this game. You can see behind the players there. That's the side that I'm on, the far side over there on the camera. Nice contingency of fans coming in, Boise State fans coming in, and it's just as full and filling in on the other side as well. We're about 21 minutes prior until tip-off, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great game. They've got the top curtain. See, Guy knows what he's doing. He signed up for a free trial of Fubo this afternoon so I could watch the game tonight. That's very smart. Very smart. Good job, Guy. And that's what you should do. You still got 20 minutes, folks, to get it in. So sign up for a free trial of Fubo, and then you can go ahead and watch the game tonight. It's a 7-day trial, and then you can cancel it. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this game. Chris Rastatter is your lead official. He's over here talking at the scorer's table. So Chris Rastatter, he's done Final Fours. He's a big-time official. He'll be the lead referee tonight. The other two guys are a little less known to me, so we'll have to wait and see what that means. That's not usually a good sign, but we'll see moving forward. But nice crowd. It's going to be fun. And, again, a huge game for Boise State as they get set for Washington State here in about 20 minutes. Get your, just give us your shout-outs. Where are you watching from? You in Boise? You in Florida? You in Australia like we had one time? Where are you watching from here as you see Boise State continue to warm up and get ready for this one against Washington State? Again, thank you to our travel sponsor, Idaho Central Credit Union, for helping us get here, taking care of the travel costs and some things this year. So Idaho Central Credit Union making this possible for us to be here tonight. Really appreciate their support. ICCU.com. Lithia Ford of Boise as well. They're our official sponsor of the pregame and postgame shows. We'll be back postgame, by the way, live interviews with Leon Rice and some players coming up on the postgame show here on the social media channels of BroncoNationNews.com. RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. Pride in people, power in painting. It is RowPaint.com, and they did some work on my garage. They've done some work on my back patio. Just awesome people. Andy Rowe and his staff do a heck of a job. And if you ever thought about getting that garage, the concrete coating, or any of the great things they can do there, it turns an ugly-looking garage into an expensive. I trick a lot of people. They think I've got a really nice, fancy, expensive home because I have a nice garage and a nice patio. But the rest is obviously not that nice. So thank you to RowPaint.com. And there's Boise State. There's Najee Smith in the corner getting ready for a three. One of the guys locally here. He is from Lewis and Clark High School here in Spokane. He's going to have a huge contingency with his mom and a lot of his family members. I'm told 4,000 people are supposed to come, and they only had 1,000 come for the game when they played South Dakota State earlier this year. So it should be a lot of fun. Colin, I'm going to turn you off for a minute. I want you to come over here by the Boise State bench and get some shots of the fans over here behind the Boise State bench. So I'm gonna take Colin out of the screen. Come the other way, Colin. He's going the wrong way, but that's all right. There he goes. Colin is going to come around, and we'll show you what the setup is here with the Boise State bench and some of the fans as they're getting set for this one. They got a little hoop fest thing going on where there's a basketball hoop for folks that want to play. Tony asking if it could be on TV without a Pac-12 subscription. If you have Dish Network will allow you to watch this game, or you can watch it on, again, Fubo TV. But not a lot of places, unfortunately, for you to watch this game. So, Colin, you can set up right there and just let folks see the Boise State fans behind the bench, some of the fans in the front row here. We'll go ahead and put this on full screen once his screen works. And you can see here as his screen, of course, freezes up right as we're putting him on. But there's a lot of Boise State fans behind the bench. There's Boise State fans over on that side of the court. So a nice crowd, and a lot of Boise State fans are here, and it's going to be a fun atmosphere here. And it may be 50-50. I think Washington State will have a little bit of the advantage, but Boise State, is going to have a pretty good crowd, with, considering that we're 90 minutes from Pullman and we're 6 hours from Boise. But there's going to be several hundred Boise State fans here, and this should be a lot of fun. So we got to get off before the 15-minute rule gets us in trouble here, folks. But post-game, we'll be back post-game about 5 to 10 minutes after the game ends. As soon as you finish listening to Abe and Bob, as soon as you finish watching on the Pac-12 network, flip over to the Bronco Nation News social media channels. We'll have Coach Leon Rice live, some players live. Really looking forward to what's going on. Cameron's asking about Derek Alston. I'll take a look, Cameron. I'll get you an answer. I'll get you an answer on the next pregame show if you watch back in. I don't have time for it right now, Cameron, but appreciate it. So about 16 minutes from tip. Boise State, Washington State on the floor warming up. Should be a great game. Thank you, Lithia Ford of Boise. Thank you, Idaho Central Credit Union. Thank you, RowPaint.com. And thank you for watching. We'll see you post-game right here on the Bronco Nation News social media channels for our live post-game show. Enjoy the game, folks, and we will talk to you again after the game. Bronco Nation News social media channels, BroncoNationNews.com.
Welcome back to the Blue, Albertson Stadium, home of your Boise State Broncos, the bastion of Bronco Nation, a field of dreams where greatness has become a tradition. Whether you're new to Idaho and this is your first game, or your family has had season tickets for 3 generations, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here.